Hello YouTube, this is Black Skull, and the wait is finally over. Months ago I made my channel video explaining that I was going to show you some Harry Potter replica wands, and here they are. Start with the big guy himself. Now keep in mind that some of these, pardon me, keep in mind that some of these are stuff that I've made back when I was in my mid-teens. So some of them might not be perfect. I've already gone back and touched a couple of them up. This is the oldest one of the character wands that I have currently, and it's Harry's wand. All of these are mostly made of dowels that I carved myself, and Harry's wand is 14 inches. I actually was able to get my greasy little mitts on Noble Collection version of Harry's wand for Christmas when I was younger, and that's how I was able to make this as accurate as I could, save for this bit right here where the bark is connected to the actual wood of the handle. I just thought that would make it more, you can't really see in that light. Yeah, it's kind of dark, but it's not that dark that the camera's making it look like it's black. Anyway, so this is Harry's wand. The next is Ron's wand. Now, funny thing about this is actually made out of like a piece of wood I found that was part of like a fence or something that was here when we moved to our house, and my parents took it apart, and I was able to keep one of the parts of it for this. I mean, originally this thing was huge. It was like it was square, but it was fat. It was like something like that, and I carved it down to this. And these are all made with a pocket knife and sandpaper. This isn't made with any well, most the ones I have here are character wands, and they're not made with anything more electrical than a wood burner. But like I said, Harry's wand as well as this one don't have any wood burn marks on them. So what most people don't realize about Ron's wand is because they see it in the magazines and the brochures for Noble Collection, they see it just like this, and they don't realize just how wide it is on the other side, and how much tapered the handle is, and how short it is compared to the rest of the shaft, which is basically just a bunch of shave marks where it's been carved away. And like Harry's wand, this one is 14 inches. Next is my first and worst attempt at Mad-Eye Moody's wand, out of a small piece of really crappy pine or something. And his wand is the shortest of, well, one of the shortest of the character wands, and it's 11 inches. He gets a new one in the newer movies, but it doesn't really look too much different than this one. Originally, these bumps on the handle were supposed to stick out more, but because I was working with terrible wood, it didn't happen. And these two holes right here at the end of the handle kind of make it look like a bulb or something like that. This is also supposed to be a lot smoother, but who cares, right? And the shaft itself tapers fairly quickly, actually, and he holds it weird too in the movies. It's like this or something like that. He holds it like a pencil, you know, like something like that. And this is Snape's wand. This is it's 13.5 inches, but it's also one of the thinner wands that I have, and I don't think it's meant to be this thin, but this is the way I made it because I'm like that. and it's 13.5 inches, and the markings on Snape's wand from the Noble Collection are a lot more detailed than mine, clearly. I mean, the camera isn't really... Yeah, that's terrible. You can kind of see... this I really wish I would have done with a wood burner, just because it would have looked so much better than if I'd have done it by hand, but oh well, it wasn't meant to be. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's definitely one of the more morbid looking ones, just because it's all black, but that's probably why I like it. Next is the Snatcher Wand from Deathly Hallows Part 1, and funny thing about this, I've actually made this one 3 times, just because my first 2 were terrible. And this one, I think it might actually be fatter than the real thing. It's 11 inches, just like Mad Eye's wand. And the whole thing is carved out by hand. I wish I would have made this part where it's rotting away a little bit bigger, because the Noble Collection version looks like it's bigger. I carved all these cracks and stuff in it. Also, there's this weird part in the paint where it's supposed to be like one different white color, so I just basically shaved that off. I've seen people's videos of Noble Collection wands, and those are made of resin, but this is pretty much the best way I could recreate it, and this is out of a cedar branch. There's this burn on the bottom of the shaft where it tapers off to the point, and I actually did this with a combination of wood burner and knife. This one's out of a cedar. This one's out of a cedar branch, and it's Voldemort's wand. It's the thinnest of all of them, actually. I mean, this... I don't know. It actually has a vague similarity to Harry's, just because the handles are both fairly the same length, and halfway towards the shaft there's this V shape where they taper quicker, but Voldemort's wand's all curved and jacked up, and yeah. As you may have guessed, yes, this is wood burned. I thought it would just save time, which it did. And the reason I used a stick on this is because I've tried with dowels before to get that snake fang thing that he has at the end of his bone-shaped handle, and it really never worked. So this was actually the dead trunk of a cedar tree at one point. If I haven't said so before, and I apologize if I'm repeating this, it's 14 inches long, just like Harry's and Ron's. The next one is actually one of my favorites, possibly my favorite, as plain as it is. This is actually a replica of Harry's first wand, rather the one that he gets in the Ollivanders shop. And this is basically how his wand originally looked in the first 2 movies. It's 13 inches long, and I friggin' love it. Two rings separating the handle from the shaft. And the shaft is significantly darker than the handle, which I think only increases by the second movie, where he picks it up. The handle looks like it's made of tape or something, in Chamber of Secrets, which I know it's not, but it looks like it is, and that's originally actually how I used to make them when I was little. And then this happened. And then this one is Neville Longbottom's wand. It's Harry's wand is also Harry's first wand is a dowel, And this one's also a dowel, but I actually carved it differently than my others so that the handle would be slightly curved like it is in the movie. And it's got this licorice twist type of deal to it. Now keep in mind this is all done by hand, no machine work. I wish I could have done a better job on the shaft, but oh well. And this one's actually, this one's one of the Deathly Hallows. It's the Elder Wand, Dumbledore's wand. And this is actually the first one I made, so keep the comments nice, because I really don't like the way this one turned out. Even though it was my first attempt and arguably one of my worst. I mean, I don't know, the second one I made was a little bit better, but anyway. The color is off, it's way too orange. You can't tell on the slide, but I think it's way too orange. It's also a little bit longer than it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 15 inches, but this one's like 15 and a half, maybe 16. And because I used wood burn for all the dots as well as the markings right here, which I messed up on because normally it's supposed to look like this, but if you turn it like this, I slid the wood burner too far to one end, and yeah, that's nasty. That's not supposed to look like that, but hey, first time, right? And this part right here is supposed to have these lines going through it, which I terribly simulated with a knife. The end of the handle is red. I mean, how does that happen? As much as I hate this wand, I also like it a lot because it's my first attempt at the Elder Wand, and I don't know, it's a love-hate relationship with this one. I'm also currently working on several other character wands. I also have a collection of my own wand. Whoa. Sorry, got this thing hooked up to so many cords right now so that it works properly. Long story. But I've also got a separate collection. These are my character wands, but I got a separate collection of wands of my own design, and I kind of like to keep that one to myself just because I don't want anyone taking any ideas from me, which I know there are going to be people like that, but it's a cruel world. So, I don't know, maybe I'll gradually show you each one, but yeah, who knows, right? Maybe, maybe not. So, in the meantime, my character wands. Please make sure to comment, give the video a like, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe, and thanks for watching.